So, simplifying. The first three are 1, 2, and the second number 2 are just basic. So what is negative 45 over 25? Reduce.
9 over 3. Or negative 9 over 3. Negative 9 over 5, sorry.
And what happens to the r's?
The bottom one gets cubed.
You move the negative down and you combine them to make R true.
Very good. So if it's negative on top, it's going to be positive on the bottom. And since we already have one there, we're going to add it to it. So r cubed. Okay, number 2 and 3, we're just multiplying. So things that you can do. When it's multiplying, you can reduce up and down and diagonally. So, and you can combine straight across, and so we have negative 2 for the h and a 3, and we have a 1 on the bottom. So is there one way to do it, or is there multiple ways? Multiple. So basically, when you multiply, you add. So we have, for the h, we have negative 2 plus the 3. And then when you divide, you do what? I'll subtract. So we're going to subtract 1. So what do we get? 0. Exactly. So the h's are gone. Gone. Okay, p's. We have, and this is the same as the one above nearly. We have a negative 1 on the top and a 3 on the bottom. So we're going to have p to the what? 4. Because you're going to move the negative 1 down, and you're going to have p to the 4th on the bottom. Am I done? No, I skipped the numbers. So, 4 times negative 4 is? Negative 16. And 3 times 3 is 9. Could I have done that first? Yeah. And I like the second number too, because what happens to all the 3's? They cancel. I love canceling. But what didn't cancel as far as the number? The negative. It's still negative. Okay, now the r's or the w. Does it matter which? No, but what happens to the r's? They also cancel because they are the same. And, but we have one left, don't we? We still have one on the bottom, so don't forget about that one. It's by itself. So w to the negative 1 and w to the negative 3. What do we do?
Take the negative 1 and add it to the negative 3. Take 3.
But if we added the negative 1 to the negative 3, we would still have
You moved the
negative.
3 up, sorry.
Yes. And I did hear y'all. And so move the negative 3 up. So we're going to add 3. And so negative 1 plus 3 is 2. So w squared on top. Can you look at all of it at one time? No. Every letter's a separate problem, and the numbers are a separate problem. Okay, so let's start with numbers this time. So tell me, what is the difference between the last 3 problems and the first?
We're dividing on this one.
And do we have a division symbol? Okay, so let's go back to elementary. And what is, let's do 6 divided by 1/2.
12.
Yeah, 12.
12, and why? So, first off, those of you who got something other than 12, put it in your calculator. 6 divided by alpha x 1/2. So, when you divide, you multiply. So you flip it and multiply. So 6 divided by 1/2 is the same thing as 6 times 2 over 1. Because if you think about it, if you have 6 things 6 pieces of paper. You rip those 6 pieces of paper. Now you have 12 pieces of paper. They're smaller, but you have 12, right? So they end up doubling. So, the first thing, 2 things you can do. One, we can move that U up to the top, right?
Yes.
But we're going to also flip it. So you can flip it and then start moving, or you can flip and move at the same time, whatever doesn't hurt your head. So the -4 is going to go on the top, and the 5 is going to go on the bottom. So if I move the U to the -1 next to the 5, I'm going to have U to the what? 1 plus the 1 give you 2. Okay, and now I'm going to multiply it to that first term. So if you want to rewrite, you can. Telling me I don't want to. Okay, so I'm just going to cover it up. So if I was writing down this problem and that's what was on the screen, I would flip it when I wrote it down. And probably not do anything. Maybe do something, but flip it when you write it down. So if you see a division sign, you need to flip it. Flip the last term and multiply. Okay, so we have 5 and 5. Can we cancel? Again, that's gone. So 5 divided by 5 is gone. And we're going to end up with a negative. 4, 6 reduces to what? Not quite. 2/3, yep. And so we have U squared. And so we have 3 U's and -1 and -2 more. So how many U's do we have?
0.
None, exactly. And U's are gone. And what happens to the W? Stays the same and stays where it's at. Does not move. That was fun. Y'all want to try number 4 on your own?
Sure.
Okay, let me give you a minute. Flip the second one. So when you have so many of the same letters, or so many letters, do you have to combine them all together at one time? No. Nope, you still have some left. Keep going. So on number 4, the first thing I see is that I want to cancel that. Right? And so the -2 could go down here to make the +2. And I'm going to flip. So -3 z to the what? 1. So it's just z. And over 5. And then, and if I wanted to rewrite, I already canceled that. And can we move the z to the top before we rewrite? So we have z, it was -2 on the bottom, so what's it going to be on top? Z to the +2. I'm just going to leave it for now. And because I'm just rewriting. Now I'm going to multiply. So now we get the z to the 3rd. And what else? What else goes on top?
-3.
-3, and 4 times 5 is
20.
20. Questions? Did y'all get the same?
Uh-huh.
Okay, let's do number 5. Again, first thing I would do is cancel stuff out. 6 divided by 6 is gone. X squared divided by x squared is gone. 5 divided by 5 is gone. That's fun. So, and z to the negative third, where am I going to move that to?
The bottom of
On the bottom. So, I'm just going to rewrite and flip. So, when I flip it and multiply, the z to the third is going to be on top, and x squared is going to be on the bottom. That's fun. So, what do I end up with?
Cancel out the z's.
1 over x squared.
1 over x squared. Beautiful. Okay. Keep this paper because flip it over and we have tomorrow's.
This is tomorrow? Yes.
Tomorrow's Thursdays. And so after powers, all we have is powers that are fractions. Yay. And then we are done.